My name is Ashley, and I just recently celebrated 1 year of sobriety on September the 18th. I was sexually abused as a child, and then after that, I just became very defiant, angry, full of rage. I moved out of my house when I was 16. After that, got into abusive relationships one after the other. I started using when I started dating my husband, who was extremely physically abusive, and I just started using ecstasy, cocaine, whatever street drugs I could get my hands on. I had a child at the time who was 2 years old. I was neglectful, not present at all. And then I got pregnant again with twins. I managed to stay sober for a little while, and I ended up relapsing when they were 2 months old. And for the first 3 years of their life, I was not an available parent. My mother-in-law pretty much raised them. They witnessed a lot of physical violence. It was a very dark time. I was suicidal most of the time. I ended up getting sober for a little while and then relapsed when I got divorced. So I had a very difficult time dealing with divorce, even though it was an abusive relationship. I did not know how to live life outside of that relationship. I never worked outside of the home. I was never allowed to have friends. I was very reliant on the relationship and continued using for approximately 5 years off and on. Last August, I started coming to Union City Church. My mom was already attending here, and she pleaded with me to come. A few weeks later, I signed up for LifeLab, and within 1 week, God removed the obsession for me to drink and drug, and I have not touched alcohol or drugs since that time. Once I was finished LifeLab, I started volunteering at Carlington Booch. I built a connection here and a community here. John and Vicky really took me under their wing, and they definitely had a huge role in my sobriety and leading me into a relationship with God. Since then, I got baptized. I come here almost every day. The people that are here are so impactful in my life. The biggest step that I took was LifeLab, and also coming to church here every Sunday. Coming here consistently, being given responsibility, just a purpose. LifeLab really changed my life. Doing the steps in that way brought me closer to God. Just the daily change in my life, it transformed not only my life, but my kids' lives as well. They've been welcomed into this community like never before, and it's just been such a blessing for my whole family. I started becoming a pace setter after LifeLab, and I'm able to help other people in recovery. I'm able to come here and have recovery conversations. I'm able to do street outreach and help in any way I can in that area. It really gets me out of self, and I don't focus on all the negative things in my life. I'm able to focus on the positive. I was a very negative person. I was very shy. It took me 6 months to talk to anybody here. Now I'm able to speak to people, and I'm able to be of service to others. I'm able to walk into a room and not look at the ground. I'm able to be a better mother. Before, if anything crazy happened in my life, I would isolate. I would become very suicidal. I would turn to drugs and alcohol, obviously, to not feel what I was going through. My coping mechanism and my solution to the inward problems was drugs and alcohol. Today, my solution is God and helping others. I try to do my daily devotions every day so that that relationship with God is solid and a firm foundation. My girls being involved here, it's the biggest support that I've ever received. They have grown so much in their own lives in the last year since I got sober. They are more outgoing. They feel involved. They feel a part of a community. They just feel loved without expectation of anything in return. They have changed their lives in so many ways. School, they're more focused. They're more dedicated. There are places where you can go that people will love you and cherish you find that community, and there is hope. Even in the most hopeless situations, there is hope. God can perform miracles, and just finding that community has really changed my life. I'm not sure what my dreams are yet. I think God has a bigger purpose than I can actually picture for myself right now. I just want to help people, and I don't know what God's plan is, but I know that it's bigger than what I can imagine.